Question is asking, find the derivative of the function f of x, where the square root of s minus 4 over the square root of s plus 2. So this is question 2, if I didn't already say that. So we are going to use the product rule in order to solve this problem. Firstly, we can use the product rule by separating the function into two parts. We can say u equals square root of s minus 4. And then we can call v the bottom part of the function and rewrite that as the square root of s plus 2, except because it's in the denominator, we have to put it to the negative 1 power. Okay, so once we do that, we can attempt the product rule, where u v prime plus u prime v is equal to f prime of x, or the derivative of the function x. Or in this case, the derivative of the function f of s, because we're using s as a variable. So firstly, we're going to put u, which is the square root of s minus 4, times the derivative of v, which we can do by doing a chain rule, where we take the derivative of the inside and the derivative of the outside of the function. So the derivative of the inside of the function, because is the square root of is 1/2, because s is to the 1/2 power, times 1 over the square root of s. So that's the derivative of the inside of the function. We can then have to multiply take the derivative of the outside of the function, which is 1 over square root of s plus 2 all squared. So, okay. So that's the first part of function. So I'm just going to rewrite this really quickly so I can make more space. Delete the u, v. And rewrite it. So s minus 4. Oh, and also, because we took the derivative of the outside of the function, which was to the minus 1 power, we also have to multiply this by minus 1 due to the power rule. So we have minus s over square root of s minus 4 over 2 square root of s times square root of s plus 2 all squared. And extend this line a little bit more further. Okay, so that's the first part, that's uv prime. And now we're going to find u prime v after I erase this really quickly. Come on, disappear. Oh, whatever. Okay, so now we're going to take the derivative of u prime v. So first we're going to just take the function v, which we said was 1 over square root of s plus 2. And just put this in brackets. And that's v, so we're going to take the derivative of u, which is the square root of s minus 4. So we're going to use the power rule. Square root of s is 1/2 times square root of s. Yep. And so now we have two different functions. We have the u v prime and u prime v. So now we're just going to add that together in order to get the derivative of f of s. So as we can see here, we have almost similar denominators except for the fact that one is multiplied by s square root of, has one more square root of s plus 2 in the denominator. So we can just easily change that by squaring this, but also having to add this to the denominator, because that's almost equivalent as multiplying by 1, or it is equivalent to multiplying by 1. So we're just doing that really quickly, and if we were to now add the two parts, we would get square root of s minus square root of s, 0, minus 4, I'm just going to make this more obvious, minus 1 times minus 4, which is 4, plus 2, so we get 6 over, now we're just going to copy the denominator, 2 square root of s times square root of s plus 2 all squared. Keep that so hard to use. And as we can see, we can simplify this a little bit and just cross these two terms out and then rewrite that on the top and look for the final answer, which I have as D, which is 3. So now we are done with the question number 2.